This is Iron Trader. It is hump day, which means it is crude day. Now, the API report on crude came out last night, and he had a draw of 4.4 million. Gasoline had a build of 0.4 million. Distillates had a build of 4.9 million, and then Cushing had a draw of 0.7 million. Now, remember, the EIA report will be out today at 10:30. So, as usual, we are going to review crude oil here and natural gas. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have crude oil and natural gas, your daily charts. Let me just big them up a little bit here. Okay, now you can see here yesterday what we had is we had this topping tail here 3 days back. And then we have a series of lower highs and lower lows. That's never good. It sold right on down here, but you notice that yesterday it closed above that key level here at that 80.63. Now, today so far we have what they call an inside day. Your high and low is within the inside of the previous days. That's all that means. And we're above that 100 SMA here. Now, let's just look at the downside first. So right here, this 100 SMA is going to be very, very key here on a closing basis. That's that 80.63. And then we can look at yesterday's low. Okay, so that's you're looking at 80.22. And then we can come right over here to this 50-day. You're looking at 79.50. And then we have your 21 or 200-day sitting at 79 flat right below that. Okay, so the key is here we really want to just close above this 100 SMA here. That would be very, very good, because what we always want to do is watch this neckline right here, this 80.62. There was your left shoulder, there's your head, and there's your right shoulder. And so if we could hold that neckline, then we have a chance of going right back up here again. Okay, so now let's just look at the upside. So far today's high, we had 81.21. The key level right here is going to be right here. Okay, it's going to be this 81.82, and then we have your 8-day at 81.92 right above it. Now, the 8-day has not crossed over yet, that 21-day, but if it does, that could be the kiss of death here. So just be very, very careful here today. Even if this runs up at this level here, you have to close above the 21-day and the 8 SMA here, because if you don't, I say this is going to come flying right back down here again here. Okay, so just always remember that this is very, very crucial. So now what we're going to do is we've got like a pinball action going here between this 100-day, this 80.63, and this 21-day at 81.82, and that 8-day sitting there at 81.92. Now again, somehow this can blast through. Then what we do is we go look to the top of this candle. You're looking at 82.58. That would be your next resistance. And then we'll have 83.13. You have 83.32. And then we'll look right top of there, 83.74. And then we come up here, you have 83.93, 84.38, and then your big target is 84.52. Okay, I always like to point out where it could possibly go, but realistically, you have to get above this 21-day and that 8 SMA here. Okay, what you don't want to do is have this 8 SMA roll over here. That's a kiss of death, because then it just bounces up here, and this is what you get. Okay, like I pointed this out, I don't know, maybe 2 million times. Okay, when that price is below the 8-day, you get that sell-off there. So if this can rally up and get above that, then we can take it higher. If not, we can go lower here. So on the downside here today, just watch that key 100-day. That's 80.63. Now, on a closing basis, you really want to be above that. And if not, then we look at yesterday's low, that 80.22, and then that 50-day, 79.50, and then 79 flat here. Okay. Now, again, somehow say this is all lost. Like I like to point out where it could go upside. That's lost here. Well, then we're looking at this 77.58 retest, and all that is just the bottom of this candle right here, okay? Right, that's what we're looking for, and then we can just follow these candles down, but realistically, you want to bring this price channel across, and you're going to be looking right there at that 75.23 level, okay? So we got to see here, but this time of the year here, usually seasonality isn't playing out, but actually yesterday, which I don't normally do, I took a short on the crude here. Now, what I'm going to do is look and see exactly what happens if and when the price gets up to this area here. Is it going to stop dead? Is it going to blast above? Or is it going to hit that and candlestick right down and have a topping tail and come right back down again? And it might be a good short play here. Okay, so I'm not ruling anything out here the way what's going on here with this trade. Okay, RSI here looking good. This here I don't like. That's a sell signal when that green goes below that red. Now if it can curl back up here, would be okay. But right now it's just not looking really great. So just watch that 100-day and that 21 SMA. Okay, here we have the old natty gas here, your daily chart. Now you can see here we hit this low here of 2.14. Okay, and then yesterday we had just a little bit higher there at 2.149. Okay, so far today we have that inside day, and natural gas sitting real time 2.196. So we're sitting right above that 100 SMA. Very, very key. So let's just look at the downside here first. Okay, so the key level here is obviously going to be this 2.14. Okay, so basically all you have to do is just look right to the left of the chart. It's everything you need to know is right here on the left hand chart. What we have, okay, so we look at we look right here on this candle here. You're looking at, and that's 2.14. Now again, if that's lost here, then we just follow here. Okay, so you're looking at you look at the high, looking at 2.09, and then we have 2.05. We have 2.01. What we're looking at here is you're looking at 1.97, but realistically, there's your target right down here. Just bring this price channel right across here. You're looking at 1.90. There's your gap, and then the top of this 1.67. There's your fill. Okay, so if it does keep selling here and you lose that 2.14 level here, work the candles down. Everything you need for support is sitting right here, and then we look for that 1.90, that gap kind of a situation. Now upside. Okay, this is really kind of a slow mover here. You can see it's just trending on down here once it gets below that 8 SMA here. So we're looking for yesterday's high. Okay, so basically what you're looking at is 2.221 here. Okay, that's going to be what we're looking for. Then what we do is we just look up rally up here, looking at 2.24. We have 2.26, but right here 8 SMA. This is everything on the upside. Okay, that's everything right there. 2.27. Okay, so you can see here where this rallied up here right into it, right into it, right into it, right into it. You got to get and close above. Okay, that's the whole key. 2.27. That is your big target on the upside, and you want to hold this 2.18 on the downside. If not, at the worst case scenario, that 2.14. Okay, now if we can get rally up here, get above that 2.27, well, then here we have some nice targets. 2.35. You got 2.38. We have 2.44, but realistically, you're looking here for that 200 SMA here. You're looking at what are we looking at there? Yeah, you're looking at basically 2.45. Now, what I don't like about this, you see this 21-day. Now you cross below that 50-day. Not good. You're headed right for the 200-day. So now, if this does even break, okay, that 8 SMA, now you're going to be fighting not only the 200-day, but the 21-day here. Okay, so when you look at the seasonality chart, it's really playing out really good this year. I think you're going to be here either flat to down all the way until you get to that first week of September. Then you want to take a long on natural gas. You know, that's just how this is playing out right to the T. So if you go on my playlist, everything is right there for you. Okay, I have seasonality charts there. I have candlesticks, how to read candlesticks. I have chart patterns, everything what to look for. Okay, so just click on the playlist. Everything's right there. Okay, I do it myself every week here just to stay fresh. Okay, because every time if you think you know too much, well, that's the time you get burned. Okay, so always want to stay fresh and stay on top, stay ahead of the game kind of a situation. Okay, so for today we want to watch two key levels. Okay, we want to watch that 2.18 and we want to watch that 2.14 there on the downside. Very, very key. The upside, we want to watch yesterday's high at 2.21, and then realistically this 2.27. That's what we're looking for. That is going to be your target. Now, you're kind of bouncing right here on the bottom on the RSI. You're getting to the oversold conditions here, but just not sold off yet. That green needs to curl up here, and this here could go actually lower here. So just be very, very cautious with what we have going on here. But when you look at this pattern here, okay, see we had your left shoulder, your head, and we had a right shoulder. And then when we have all this cross, once that 8-day crosses that 21-day, that's what I was telling you here, then she goes and she sells right on off here. But now you got the 21-day all the way on down. But it's going to be a matter of time before natural gas is going to be a good buying opportunity. So be very, very patient. It could be a month from now. You know what I'm saying? It could be 6 weeks from now. But I think the first week of September is when I'll probably be layering right into it, unless we can start closing above that 8 simple moving average. Okay, that's what I got for you. I'll be back here for midday trading. We'll take a look at crude, natural gas, and then we'll take a look here and see what else we can throw in the old mix. Now, it looks like technology is selling off here pretty good. The NASDAQ futures, you're down 283. Okay, so here's what you want to do, though, is look at stocks here that you want to buy. Okay, so companies like NVIDIA. Okay, there's a really good example right there. something that you want to buy on the cheap. Now, yesterday I did my video on midday trading. Take a look at that. If that comes right down to that 118 level, there's a bunch of gaps in there, but the lower it comes, the more that you want to buy. Remember, the earnings are coming out in on August 28th. And I just think you've got a pullback here, sideways action going on here in NVIDIA. But when that's going to rip, they're going to have blowout numbers here. You want to get in on the old cheap. Okay, thanks for watching.